What's up, reference getters? In today's video, we are going over the shiny only playthrough I streamed over on Twitch. So let's start off with the basics. In this run, I only use shiny Pokemon to, well, do fights and whatnot. Next to discuss is the shiny Pokemon themselves. So basic knowledge is regarding shiny odds is that everyone has a 1 in 8,192 chance of a shiny Pokemon appearing. However, Pokemon Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald have an issue to where if your cartridge has a dry battery, you will always have the exact same encounter on the exact same frame every time you soft reset the game. And if it's not shiny, it will never be shiny. But if it is, that one frame will always have a shiny on it. Now, how this comes into play is RNG manipulation. Basically, using a timer to assist you in getting the frame that the shiny is on. Basically making shiny hunting skill-based, or reaction-based. If you've ever watched a speedrun of the Pokemon games prior to Gen 6, this is basically the thing they do to get the Pokemon that have completely bonkers stats. Anyways, enough of the numbers, because numbers are bad. Now let's get started with this run, which consisted of 14 days. Day 1 started with me aiming for the shiny Treecko as the starter. After I got it, the first gym fell in a completely one-sided fight, and well, Treecko evolved a little bit afterwards. Day 2 started with me failing absolutely miserably to find a shiny Tentacool, and then me just giving up on it to do gyms 2 and 3. Watson wasn't a fun fight, but that's just how Magneton is. Regardless, I beat it, and after that, I went back to Slateport City in an effort to get a shiny Tentacool, and I got a shiny Magikarp instead. Day 3 involved me walking over 2/3 of Maxie's team, and then struggling immensely with his Golbat. After some time, he was beat. At some point afterwards, during the Jagged Path, the Magikarp evolved into Gyarados, and basically became my win condition for Flannery. Spoiler alert, my hidden power was Fire, which meant every Pokemon I was going to catch in the wild like that was going to have hidden power Fire. So I had to rely on Bite and Tackle to do anything in this gym. After a very terrible fight, Flannery was beat, and that was the 4th gym badge. To end that day, I grabbed the Root Fossil on Route 111. Day 4, I solely focused on finding new team members. I gathered a shiny Nincada and a shiny Whismur. Nothing else really happened. On day 5, I decided to evolve the Whismur and Nincada I had, so now I've got a Loudred, Ninjask, and Shedinja, all shiny. I'd also found a shiny with the funny name. On day 6, nothing happened. End of story. Day 7, I found and caught a shiny Swablu. Nothing else really happened this day. Grovyle might have evolved this day, but I lost the footage. On day 8, I evolved the Gulpin and the Swalot, and finally did the fight against Norman. Swablu evolved later that day, and then Winona got beat to the ground. Day 9 was spent poorly, and so I wasted the entire day trying to find a shiny Phanpy in the Safari Zone. It did not happen. On day 10, I found and caught a shiny in the Safari Zone. It wasn't the Phanpy I was aiming for, since I misread the encounter sheet for the area, and ended up with a shiny Natu instead. Day 11 was the day of the soft reset encounters. I snagged the shiny Castform, eventually went back and finished up the shiny Lileep, then I went for the shiny Kecleon. After getting those 3 shinies, I realized I had no other choice than to do another random encounter hunt. So I went fishing for Staryu and got a shiny Wilmer instead. Day 12 opened with me going through the Moss Deep Gym and evolving the shiny Wailmer. From there, Castform and Wailord ruined Tate and Liza with Rain Dance and Surf strats. After a long trek, I did the final fight with Maxie, and then did the expected shiny hunt, being the shiny Groudon. Surprisingly, I caught it in the first Ultra Ball I threw at it. Then, I finally decided to cut loose ends with my non-shiny Sweet Scent user, and replaced it with a shiny Mawile. Day 13 involves me getting some of the best Pokemon in the game. Starting with the shiny Regice, I found it on my second reset, and it was eventually caught. Second up was the shiny Registeel. Found this thing on the first encounter. This was the point in the whole run when I figured out that I just got really good at doing these resets. I caught the shiny Registeel, and then went and caught the shiny Regirock, which actually took quite a few encounters to find. With the shiny Legendary Titans boxed to never be used again, I went and took on Wallace, ending him with Sceptile because he never stood a chance. Sometime afterwards, I went and got the shiny Bagon I had eagerly been waiting to go grab. Day 14, the finale. This day opened up with me evolving a variety of shiny Pokemon that I had caught earlier in the run. First, I evolved the shiny Loudred into shiny Exploud. Afterwards, I evolved the shiny Lileep into a shiny Cradily. The shiny Natu then evolved into a shiny Xatu. And finally, I evolved the shiny Bagon into the shiny Shelgon, but then also evolved that into the shiny Salamence right afterwards. After a long ride in Victory Road, I made it to the Pokemon League and took a team consisting of Sceptile, Shedinja, Altaria, Castform, Wailord, and Salamence into the Elite Four, and after some very problematic battles with Glacia and Drake, I managed to beat the game. But I wasn't done just yet, because 2 more Pokemon had just opened up for me to go shiny hunt, being Beldum and Rayquaza. So after a very fast soft reset session with the shiny Beldum, I went after Rayquaza, who, thanks to an awful catch rate, I had a reset for 2 shiny Rayquazas to catch. But I ultimately caught it, thus ending the Pokemon Ruby shiny only playthrough. Or so you thought, because actually, I went off afterwards and got a shiny Solrock on a single reset afterwards. So, if this wasn't an example on how easy it is to get shiny Pokemon in Generation 3, I don't know what is. For those wanting to replicate this themselves, know that the best games to do this method in are, well, Ruby and Sapphire, but more so Emerald. But of course, the classic way is always still an option and probably the best one. See, in retrospect, I could have easily gotten a single Pokemon and just solo run the game with it. However, that would have been too easy and very uneventful. But I've had enough of your time. And so with this, I bid you a farewell. But if you liked the video, why not consider giving it a like? Want to see stuff like this live? Then go follow my Twitch channel. But until next time, I'll see you guys in the next one.